him.
You know more than him.
Yeah.
But now, besides knowing more than him, he's not just practicing
Just go
law.
ahead,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's also teaching law.
Yeah.
You understand?
Radio
But I think my brother is
TopAfric.
not updated because he gave, he had a press conference and detailed the reason why he dropped each of the cases. So it's online and you can refer to them. He made it clear that he is there to serve the interest of Ghana first. That's his first statement. He is there to serve the interest of Ghana and not the interest of his party. So let's make that clear. I believe that if the former government really thought these people had done something wrong, they had many years, like you said, some of the cases go way back, 7, 8 years. Why didn't they prosecute these people? Why should it take 7 years? Especially when you accuse them of causing financial loss to the states.
Yeah.
Radio
Come on. And it's, I mean, he decides on which cases he takes and which ones he doesn't take. Let's take the case of Ato Forson, the Honorable Finance Minister for Ghana, Ato Forson. You said he has caused financial loss to the states because of this ambulance issue.
Yeah.
The appeals court actually, how do we call it? Is it vindicate? What's the
Vindicated.
him?
Yeah.
But then the previous Attorney General decided that no, he would appeal that judgment by the appeals court.
Yeah.
And that was in October or July 2024. So when a new Attorney General comes, he decides on which cases he needs to take up and which ones he wouldn't. And whilst in opposition, he made it very clear that this was political witch hunting, like he said. I am all for justice. If someone is guilty, please prosecute him, get evidence, and if he's in the wrong, give him the judgment. But you can't keep dragging the case. You didn't do it yourself. A new Attorney General comes and you are like, hey, you have to do it. What were you doing 7, 8 years? What did you do? I am not saying that let people go, but seriously, if you find them guilty with the proper evidence, what took you so long? What took you so long?
Right. So we think what he did is right.
For me, if you look at the
Radio
cases that he dropped,
TopAfric.
Ato Forson's case, the case about the banking sector cleanup,
cleanup and all
come
that.
on,
So that's 7 cases he dropped.
yes,
You support it.
I support it because there have been no evidence found against those people.
you
To
or
me,
to him?
yes, to me,
Right.
I believe that.
Can you give me about 2 or 3 examples?
No,
where
you,
found it
I've just mentioned one, Ato Forson's case. And there were 2 other people.
No, can you
Yeah.
give me detail?
Yeah.
Where you think it was wrong for such a delayed?
Collins Dowda.
No, I'm talking about. Okay.
No, you want to
Okay.
explain
Radio
why.
Explain why
Like,
you
for
think
example,
it's
Why? See, you said someone has caused financial loss today. This is a big issue.
Yeah.
You don't joke with such issues.
Right.
Take it up, and especially because you are the Attorney General, if you make something, how do we call it? If you put something on red, everybody would work with you and get it done. Whatever evidence you need, you get it. It shouldn't take you 7 years.
But we have so many cases which have troubled more than 7 years.
Yes.
Why don't you drop all our cases?
But this is an Attorney General's case, and he chooses which ones are on his table and which ones
So
he
this
has to
is-
deal with.
This is where people are questioning him
Mhm.
about, because they are your people.
Mhm.
That's why you are doing that. So we have so many cases.
Mhm.
Some of them have traveled to
Radio
Why don't you also
TopAfric.
drop all such cases?
But why didn't the former or SWAL
No, we are
administration
talking
do
about-
it?
we are
Yes,
talking about
I'm talking
Attorney
about Attorney General now.
Yeah.
But what prevented the other Attorney
No,
General
hold on,
who
agree-
had been
no,
doing
agree-
that to do
agree
it?
with what you are
Yes.
saying. It's fair. He has the right because he's got the mandate.
Exactly.
And then I'm asking a question of,
Yes.
that's 7 cases.
Yes.
It's only cases he have gone through.
Yes.
What about the rest? Some of them are more than 7 years.
Hmm.
Okay, some of them are 20 years.
Example?
Example.
Yes. Of the ones that are more than 7 years that
Let's
are
go
still
to
on his
Samuel.
table.
Let's go to Samuel.
No, for that we
No,
cannot tell.
This is.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. They are Ghanaians.
Come on, we are
Come on,
talking.
hold on,
Yes.
hold on.
Yes.
So you're talking about politicians and exempted.
Yeah, we are not
By the
saying.
law.
I'm not saying politicians are exempted.
But
No.
that's what I'm saying. Some cases have traveled more than 7 years.
So why
he is now attorney general?
Yes.
And he have sat down, like as you said, as a professor, as a teaching practitioner. All this, he knew all this. He always go to court, right? So he knew so many cases have been still there,
Yes.
pending.
Yes.
Can't you also drop that cases?
But you cannot
asking a
just.
question.
But why did? I don't think all the cases in Sawam are on his table.
That he knows some of them.
Yes, but not
Only certain
all.
cases you
But
know in
no,
Ghana.
not all those cases are on his table. Let's be real. Not
I
all those
agree with
cases.
you, but-
You agree with
I agree
me.
with you, but
but
I'm talking of-
why are those? Why are those 7 names the big issue? The biggest issue.
Because of what he's done.
It's
They
not
are
because they are
politicians. Yeah, the
politicians.
political limelight.
They are
No,
politicians.
hold
Yeah.
on. We are doing a political program.
Exactly.
So they are exempted from the law.
They are not exempted from the law.
So what about other Ghanaians
Yes.
who are also on trial?
Yes.
So many courts. in
Yes.
Ghana. While they are also still 20 years, 21 years.
The
I know my case was 24 years.
The fact is,
At 14 we are talking of.
Yes.
Even at 14 for him to sign the judgment that the day 6th December before he left the office. But we shouldn't go there. But the question is, agree he had the mandate.
yes,
But that 7 is only the cases on the desk now.
exactly.
Because he was privy to
The information,
No,
the
I'm talking about he
process.
was privy, because he was a lawyer to them. Why don't you let the mail roll for the judges to come out and say they are free? But you just cancelled it. Why don't you wait for the judges to come out of session?
He didn't just take the decision on his own. He did consultation.
You sure?
He did consultation.
With
I don't.
who?
That's what I'm saying. You haven't really read his.
I read it,
You
but I said
he
consultation
did.
with who?
He did consultation
With who?
with the lawyers of the guys who have been accused, who are in his party, with the judges who are sitting on the case.
Come back to that case.
Yes.
You come back to that one. We need more time to discuss a lot of
Let me
things
look
here.
for it for
No,
you.
not him. Let me go to Kofi.
Yeah.
I know you want to say something. Now you are writing a lot.
Radio
Talk.
Talk.
I'm not writing anything.
You are not writing.
Okay, so
okay, go ahead.
boss, all of us seem to be missing the point. You
Okay.
see, what we are talking about. Me, I'm not even worried about the fact that the venerable Dominic Ayini is dropping cases. So I'm worried about the fact that he said that he is not consulting President Mahama. That is unconstitutional.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You understand?
I
my
wanted
point?
to ask my sister.
You wanted to put her to a certain
So,
point
sir,
so that you make her tight.
So he said consultation with consultation. So go ahead.
So because if you read the chapter, I think chapter 8 of the 1992 Constitution,
Right.
when you read Article 88, it specifically talks about the Attorney General.
right.
And then the core mandate of the
Radio
Attorney General is that he or
Talk,
she is the legal representative of Ghana.
Ghana, yeah.
That is the legal body with
That
regards
was
to
my
everything.
question posing to my sister. Is it that 7 only Ghanaians?
So the Constitution further specifies that
Right.
the Attorney General would actually work hand in hand with the President.
Yeah.
You understand? So he or she will work on cases assigned to him by the President.
Right.
But what the Venerable Dominic Ayinde said was that you see, political pundits were calling John Dramani Mahama a clearing agent because they felt that he was clearing all his appointees.
Yes.
All
Because
his
his name
followers.
will definitely drag in.
So
It is normal.
You understand my point? And then Dominic Ayini, he's a very learned colleague. He came out saying
Radio
that he doesn't make
Talk,
consultations
Afri.
with President Mahama, and that is unconstitutional.
Yeah.
So that is where the issue is.
The-
And then the issues about cases dropping, their own Professor Mills said that the wheels of justice grind slowly.
Slowly, yeah.
It was Professor Mills' way
He's
too.
also
Now,
he's also a master in law.
you understand my point? So the fact that the cases are 7 years with the Abugos, it was
Not him. Not you.
No,
Not you. He refers to.
I'm referring to the Attorney General.
Attorney General.
So,
Not you.
when Joseph Wachidan Kwedu was member of Parliament for Asante Achime Boakwa, he was murdered.
Yeah.
The suspect is still in custody.
Yeah.
It was during our time.
Yeah.
The verdict on the case has not been passed by the court.
Talk,
Why?
Afri.
Because that is the process of the law. That is the beauty of democracy.
Yeah.
So you can't just say that 1 year in power or 2 months in power, you are dropping all the cases because you haven't found any hardcore evidence against the person. No, if you do that, it will raise you even legally. Maybe you may be right. Legally, you are within your terms to do that. But morally, what picture does it paint?
Yeah.
This was the government that called another for this government.
You don't even want to go there.
Please, please. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
But like, if you heard him right, that's why he said if you don't consult your boss,
so that is
do the thing on your own.
That is
and they drag his name in.
That is
it makes some people think he's a candidate. You got my point now. Yeah, they will drag you in, but you are not even privy to such a thing.
So the Venerable Attorney General, I think he should go back and then let the political pundits do the political defending. He should focus on this law. I think he should focus on Pakistan law. But then, if you tell me that just within 2 months, you don't find it the need to prosecute Salifu Amwakun for his irresponsibility that led to the loss of life of a child, of a teenager. If you don't find the need to prosecute somebody like that within 2 months, you're not finding any hardcore evidence against him. I mean, for the law,
but
yes.
He was rearrested, right?
I don't think he was rearrested.
No,
he wasn't.
He wasn't.
He wasn't
Radio TopAfric.
Dropped by who?
By the Attorney General.
No,
What?
the
No.
report.
No. You're talking about
Salif from Akure,
Salif-
pastor.
no,
Yeah, he wasn't arrested.
No.
He was putting on house arrest because of the child was underage.
Yeah.
So that maybe it will be something like he is in charge as a self bailout, right? So any charges goes against the child goes through the father. That one was right for people to understand that yes, his figure as a pastor, he can run away because self
Recognition bill.
bill is also there,
Yeah.
as the law says. So, like we are saying, sometimes we read political
Radio
angles in such a point of if you don't take
TopAfric.
it as Attorney General or the CID boss or something like that, you will drag some big shot. They will say something like from above.
Order from
Order from above, whereby maybe
The order above
is not there.
aware.
to
And you
cover up.
see, constitutionally, that should be the point. The order should come from above, because the constitution has made it clear that it is the responsibility of the president to reassign cases to that. It is. Do you want me to read it for you? Articulate it. It is there.
But we are saying some of the what do you call the cases got nothing to do with the government, got nothing to do with even the minister.
Of course.
But hold on, if the CID headquarters is even treating their own case
Radio
with a political
TopAfric.
animal, I'll use the word.
Yeah,
your
of
animal,
course. Yeah, of course.
right?
Yeah.
Then you find a call from somewhere, maybe not from the quarters of the presidency or something like that. A chairman, even from a constituency, can call in, say, Charlie, stop what you are doing. And then the person will come out and say, from above. And then we all eye to the presidency. That's what I'm also sitting here, have to come out and say, sometimes that's how it goes. You know, when now Council of State member, Mr. Lassa, when he became the IGP, it became a problem for the CIDs when they go out there to arrest.
Radio
And if they take the suspect to
TopAfric.
any police station, they will say, no, there's no room for such a suspect. If the suspect run away, it will be the station problem, right?
Okay, yeah,
Because
sure.
Alassa also closed the cells at the headquarters. Because anytime they go for any suspect, they bring the person to the headquarters. But if you close that cells and you say they should take the suspect to nearby police station, and they are also afraid of attack.
Of course.
So it became something like order from above or where. You see where the powers also sometimes it comes from. So all the CID were not happy. But who to tell?
It's still in existence.
Yeah, it's not working again. That's what I'm saying. They have closed it since.
But I'm saying that the order from
Radio
above thing is still in existence.
And that's what I'm saying. People abuse it. It's a state. Thank you. Go ahead, my brother.
So, Akunta, I would like to end by saying that I have so much respect for Dominic Kahini. One day I want to be a lawyer, and then he's a very good lawyer.
Yeah.
You understand? So, but then he should focus on his law and leave the politics for us, the politicians.
But he's
You
not a
understand?
politician.
He's a politician.
No, let me land. You see,
Okay.
Godfrey Dame, the previous Attorney General,
Right.
he didn't involve himself in politics, the politics of politics. You understand? So he was always focused on practicing this law.
It's your imagination.
No, it's not my imagination. But then what I'm saying is that if you are an attorney general, focus on practicing the law. Focus on what the law is mandating you to do. You shouldn't involve yourself in the politics of the day. You understand? Because if you come and tell Ghanaians that you don't consult President Mahama before taking issues, that is unconstitutional.
Yeah, agree. That one I agree with you. That's
You
what I'm
understand?
saying. You are drawing the presidency into the matter which they don't have any.
Of course.
hands in it.
So if that is the case, then I think he should go back and then read the very book that mandates
I
him.
think where you are dragging this issue to, it will come back to the SP, the special prosecutor, for what he has done also. So let's see what you also what's your take in for the special prosecutor, the legal body mandated by the law to combat corruption and promote transparency in governance has been under security. Has it truly lived up to expectation for such a position to put such a quote unquote somebody you have just called to appear before you, and then the person of communication with you communicates to a point of that you say you are a wanted person, and now you turn because of the public court, as we are talking about the same issue of Attorney General. The public court is also judging the
Radio
issue.
TopAfric.
From him, it's no more wanted list. I'm starting from you.
Okay, so I think the Office of Special Prosecutor was created by Act 959 2018 by the Parliament of Ghana to combat corruption. It was created by my government, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
It's not your government.
Oh, of course.
It's
It was
Ghana government.
It was my government. It was my party's government. It was my party's government. So it was my government. This government is also my government. I mean, all support support for President Mahama and Barbara.
So your government, our government.
So what I'm trying to say is that I heard Kisire Jaben in 2018 when he was being appointed and vetted by Parliament that he's going to make corruption very expensive.
Radio Top.
I'm not going to play politics with it because this goes to the very core of our democracy. You understand? And I'm going to be honest with myself and the millions of Ghanaians. I haven't seen Kisire Jaben making corruption in Ghana very expensive. For me, I think that office, from where I sit, I think that office is very obsolete. And then it hasn't really actually made any impact within the Ghanaian society and then the Ghanaian public to fight corruption. So I think ever since the office was created, the only time I heard its function was when he went and then he cleared John Dramani Mahama of the Airbus scandal. And then later on, I think I heard a few things about Dominic Domovlu, the immediate past Auditor General.
Radio
and I haven't heard any measures that has been put in place by his office to actually combat the issue of corruption and bribery in Ghana. So I think it has more to do. And with the issue of Kenuforiata, I think it was an overreach because we all know that when you want to summon somebody before you, you need a written habeas corpus from the competent court of jurisdiction before the person can actually appear before you. So if you've written a writ somebody telling the person, asking the person to appear before you, and the person tells you that, okay, for this particular reason, I can't appear before you, you don't have the authority to declare the person a fugitive, even though you are mandated by the act that is backing you to do that. But then within the constitutional right of the person, he or she can decline. Even in Ghana, when a court summons you and then you have some medical problems or some medical emergencies to attend, you can write back to the court that for this particular reason, I can't even come. You understand my point? Even parliamentary select committees, people give you excuses for not going. So if we were declaring everybody who refuses to go or appear before your committee or body a fugitive, then who would be left in Ghana? You understand my point? So for me, from what I said, I think Kisire Jaben should up his game and then put more measures in places to tackle the very canker that is killing our democracy.
So now he has withdrawn. So far as he has withdrew this wanted on this former minister, now you have
Radio Top.
I am no, you see,
no, he has made a mistake. And now you have come to clear air. You have cleared the air by saying that
I think
he is no more being put in on such a alert.
You see, with that, it had to take the grace of one of the best politicians I've ever seen in my life, Honorable Mahama Yariga. You understand? Mahama Yariga stood on the floor of Parliament, apologized to Ken Fuli after that. Whatever went on.
That one, I want to ask a question. Was it also being a your common
Yeah, I mean,
was it also part, because the same thing to what he also answered to the minority leader by reading such a thing in the parliament. You see, this cases, that's what I'm saying, the politicians
Radio
should also take care of them. That's why we are NDC MPP.
Of course.
The way they play the cards there, you also smuggle something in, and we are applauding because of it favor a side. But when they went to the other side, hey, it's a case. Let's go. I think
I'm done.
You're done. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right.
Barbara should.
Barbara.
You see, I will say this.
Yeah.
The case from Dominic Ayene's, Honorable Dominic Ayene's case, and then this one, it all boils down to one thing. Our institutions don't have the power to work. You have a special prosecutor's office mandated to investigate and then prosecute corrupt acts. But that office, the person who is put in charge of that office is appointed by the president of the country. Don't tell me that there wouldn't be biases along the way. Even if there are not biases and the person wants to work, he has a lot of limitations because people would definitely fight him. So that's the problem. Frustrations of that office didn't start with the current special prosecutor.
No, I know why you
remember Martin Amidu.
You are making my point. So go ahead.
Exactly, from Martin Amidu's time, and even someone who was, appointed by the president. Look at the back and forth. So I'm saying that those officers can work, but they are not able to work because they don't have the freedom and the leeway to do so.
Radio
There are always influences coming in. So Kisie Jabin or whoever, all the laws we have in Ghana may back him up, but the political influence is stronger than that.
So why do you accept such a position? Because you know how strong that position is.
You know that sometimes, you have the willpower to do something.
Right.
But when you step into that water, that is when you actually know how strong the currents are. Sometimes, I think there was a saying I saw somewhere that, you may be the best person in the world with the best intention, but if you find yourself in a very negative environment, you're done. Yeah. And I think people have good intentions for Ghana, but we don't have systems that support people who want to do good. Let's talk about the former finance minister. Yeah. Look at how everybody is making a lot of noise. He's the former finance minister. Why do you put him on the wanted list and all? If I had opened a company and then the special prosecutor had identified me as someone who has committed some corrupt practices, do you think if I travel to Germany and he wants me in Ghana, he wouldn't get me?
Even any means, but the Interpol is there.
Exactly. Yeah. But why is the former finance minister's case so different? It's the same thing you asked me about the 7 people who were acquitted.
So that's I brought this
together. Yes.
From this to this.
Yes.
It's the same sheet of
You see,
law.
See, because I'm just trying to bring something to bear.
Yeah. We
put people's individual personalities before the masses.
Yeah.
There is the story of the trolley. Mm-hmm. Let's take a railway, the story of the trolley. If you have one cart going, there are 5 people here, and there is just one person here. Definitely, the trolley must take one direction. Mm-hmm. Your question is, should you get rid of just one person, or you should get rid of 5 people? You are losing 5 here, and this one is just 1. I think Ghana is usually on the path of 1.
Mm-hmm. Radio Talk.
You understand? On the path of 1. Yeah. And this is there's a lot of noise about the how do you call it, the finance minister, to the extent that our honorable majority leader had to, seriously, for me, leave the office to work if you wanted to work. Right. The appointment shouldn't come from the president. it should be autonomous to
Is
work.
it only this office you're talking of, or some of the offices?
Some of the offices
Can
where
you
we
mention
have
one or two for
yes,
me?
I think that even with the police service, like you were given this example.
Yeah.
I wish and I pray that we will get to a stage where it will take people's qualification, experience, and hard work to put them in such positions. Because if you appoint people based on political affiliations, they are bound to be a bit biased.
That's true. I agree with you. Thank you, Barbara. It's a good interpretation you have given here. Let me go to Osakojo.
Akonta, when it comes to issues of Ghana, I feel so sad. I feel so sad that now the special prosecutor being appointed by the former president, that was that office was created by the former president.
Yeah.
Through him we've got, I think we first got Martin who came to label the former president the mother serpent of corruption.
Yeah.
In the sense that he goes to offices in asking for documents and ministers fails in giving him the documents.
Yeah.
So it makes cases very worse for him to deal with.
Yeah.
We always preach about fighting corruption, but then we use the same very people that are always preaching that let's fight corruption to fight those fighting the corruption in Ghana. So how do we want to progress as a country?
Yes. Go ahead.
If these are the things we keep on always promoting,
Yeah.
people come to sit on live TV and radio stations
Yeah.
and preaching about corruption, but these are the very people found in this very act.
Yeah.
Radio
So
Talk
at a point in time when
Africa.
PC Ejabin came, we had people fighting him, the former government fighting him that he was requesting for a car and those stuff, and they were angry. But me as a former police officer in Ghana that I know much about what was happening, his life was threatened.
Yeah.
And then he needed to secure himself first before he can work for Ghana. But everything we turn into politics.
Yeah.
Even when these are national issues that we have to be addressing. Today, Ghanaians, some Ghanaians, preferably from the MPP side, feels Ken Ofori-Atta is not treated well. Is Ken Ofori-Atta better than those mothers and fathers that their pension pays
Radio Talk
was starting?
Africa.
Those that have died
Yeah.
because of his reckless decisions he took. The haircuts. This is the very man who told the people of Ghana that we will not be going to IMF. We went. There was not going to be any haircut. We had it. I, as a pensioner, I have worked so hard, my hard-earned money. I deposit money that in future I will get money.
We have
in
10
return.
years to go. So
And this is somebody who, through his reckless decisions, many people have lost their lives.
Right.
And you are telling us because the special prosecutor wants to fight him now. He leaves the shores of Ghana and now in the US
Indefinitely.
seeking
Radio
treatment.
Talk
So as a finance
Africa.
minister, if he took the right decision in helping build hospitals in Ghana, wouldn't he have been in Ghana?
so hold your breath there. So meaning these politicians, are they thinking about
They
Ghana?
they always take it for granted.
As we are mentioning one name, two names, or three names, every political head is treated outside. Can we also be in diaspora, also take a decision? We shouldn't allow them to come and treat themselves.
The
there.
problem
As a-
is that
Mhm.
even as we sit here now as pundits talking, this is an MPP man, this is an NDC man, I will have a party affiliation.
Yeah.
So it's still that mindset of Ghana politics is still back here. But in cases when we have come to the
Radio
diaspora and learn more about
Talk
Europe
Africa.
and the foreign land, how they do their politics, it's about time national issues. How can MPP fly from Ghana to UK that they want to do donation and people are able to donate £1 million to them to go back to Ghana? How should NDC fly from Ghana until you want chapters and then they will come and be donating money to them to go and finance them back home? Knowing the right things should be done.
Yeah.
Why should these things happen? This is why we are here as a country. If we are being realistic to ourselves and we come together that there are national issues that we have to put by partisan politics aside and fight them, we can get there. But this is when Ghana, when issues happen, within first
Radio
1 hour,
Top
everybody thinks straight as a
Afric.
rational human being. In the next 2 hours, politics sets in and people will say this is an MPP thing, an NDC thing. They orchestrate everything and then every decision is changed.
Okay, for the record's sake, I'm so happy with the decision the three of you have brought out about discussion we are doing today. It's nationalistic coming in because I can see not typically NDC MPP conversation as is
yeah,
so
intellectual.
calm.
That's what we do
No,
here.
no, that's what I'm saying. As calm, everyone is bringing his or her opinion on it. Let's come back to this.
But please let me just 1 minute.
Okay.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Okay. The beauty
Radio
of democracy is in the
Top
process
Afric.
of everything. It's the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
So because somebody committed a crime doesn't mean that he should be crucified on the cross of Golgotha.
That's why the man have withdrawn.
No. I'm speaking in relation to what
To
he was
what
trying to
he's
say.
saying, okay.
So yes, Kenneth Furata committed so many crimes, but then if you want to crucify him, bring him by the book. That is what we in the New Patriotic Party is saying. We said Opuni squandered money. We didn't go.
The former president, even just yesterday, also came out.
Of course.
Every
Appointee
political appointee
should
should
stay for
submit,
accountability.
themselves for-
So
it's
we have to
something
bring
like-
them by the book.
Yeah, you see, this is where sometimes we as a people we should understand that if the person is free, by
Radio
his conscience, he can go to court
Afric.
and declare himself. But if you think you have something to hide, that's why you call people to support you to make noise. That's what I know.
Yeah,
A
the saddest
contra-
aspect is that politicians keep shielding one another.
That's what I'm saying. So if you call, they call.
They keep shielding
Yeah,
themselves.
they call.
A contra-
We are in our houses, in the offices. You arrest somebody and you get a call from maybe now the politicians has made police service one of the useless institutions in Ghana.
Yes, it's, of
In
course.
the sense that a police officer can
Look at
arrest.
today. Look at today. IGP, as we are talking about Jabin, right?
Yeah.
We are talking about the same thing to IGP.
That's
today.
why people are fighting so hard that
Because when
he
he
should be
came,
removed.
everyone saw like all the
Radio
policemen were
Top
jubilating like
Afric.
we got the right person for it. Now they say that they are happy to be withdrawn.
Yeah, now
The
they're very police officers on our police platform.
Yeah.
They are fighting. There are many people fighting that
Yeah.
to be removed.
Yeah.
So I asked them, what is the problem? Is it that he is that bad that some of us don't know?
No, the question is because we know you can fight the government. You can fight for the people of Ghana. You are coming to protect the people and the property.
Just
But as today, you are not doing it.
Just imagine a whole former defense minister is now going radio tour speaking about this current IGP. Whilst this very defense minister has spent 8 years as a defense minister working with this IGP from 2021 to
Radio
This is the
Top
beauty of- yeah.
I want to
Afric.
just chip in here. Still going back to, let's not crucify the special prosecutor.
No.
If
You are
he,
talking about protection.
Yeah, but I said, I listened to my brother's submission, but
Okay.
to have the special prosecutor, label someone wanted, you should know that the man became very desperate.
Yeah.
He has considered many things. So we shouldn't just sit here and then crucify him that why should you label someone wanted? Do you know the number of times he attempted to get the person
But
in?
sometimes also, let me
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah.
he also minding the seat. Maybe they will give it back to him.
Come on. Let's
I know this politician.
be realistic.
Yes.
Let's be realistic about you minding
Radio
the seat.
Top
Whatever the
Afric.
current president has decided to do, he doesn't know.
But that's why you want to please the eye service.
This is
We
not
call
about
it eye
this is
service.
no just
I
one.
No, hold on. As a former police
I said
officer,
Yeah.
you always want to please people.
But
Yeah,
People
but
don't know
please,
that it's so
but
sad,
be
yeah.
realistic. Let's be realistic. I really want to focus on this finance minister's case.
yeah.
Believe me, he was almost like, in quotes, an intouchable person in Ghana.
Who?
The former finance minister.
But not to that extent.
I'm telling you,
No, not
almost
to,
like
no,
an
no, not to that extent.
Yes.
Listen, not to that extent. By even the same party members came out for his to be removed.
88 or so MPs.
Yeah.
But you know the aftermath of that decision. But anyways, what I'm
That's why
saying
that's
is,
what
what I'm saying
politicians
is,
should be careful.
It led to an MP almost lost his life.
exactly.
Yes.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm saying.
Dangerous our politics
That's what I'm
have
saying, that you shouldn't just sit here and then point fingers at Kisie Jabin.
No.
You understand?
Listen carefully.
Yeah.
I'm saying that he is doing eye service. And it's not something I'm pointing.
But let's
The
consider.
police IGP is also doing eye service
But
now.
let's consider.
Most of the appointees who are not being touched now want to please the president.
It's always good to have different points of view. So my other point of view is, if he does that, or if he was pushed to that level to label him a wanted man, it didn't come easy.
Yeah.
And the man said, I read the different media stories where someone says, I am out of the country indefinitely. I mean, if you tell me you are out of the country indefinitely, if you say, no, it is not. It's not about social media. It's not social media.
I agree with what you're saying. Let's all come back to a point of no one is above the law. And those who are working, you said it, my brother said it, you should give a free hand.
Exactly.
To work. As we have been in the developed country, we know how the systems are going. Like you said, why do we sit here doing donation for them to go and then do their
Radio
Talk? They don't give people some
Afric.
positions. Those who have given the positions here to go also to mind some of the agencies which they have also been in the privy to here are also going to do party politics. They don't do the right thing. So why should we give the positions to you people in the diaspora? Let me also come in here. Let's use 5 minutes to 2 minutes to talk about the Council of State. What happened in Kumasi? Your opinion.
Senior, I'm a proud Ashanti. But whatever that, what was the purpose for Agric in the mind? What was his purpose? What was his intention to even contest?
He's a Ghanaian.
Good. You sit
Radio
down, you will
Talk
lambast that very man you
Afric.
want to advise as a president. You lambasted him that he is not fit for that office. Today he wins power and you want to contest for that election. For what?
But that position is not political.
It is.
It's not political.
Our
Read
system.
your no.
Senior,
It's
it is not
political.
political, but as it stands now, it is political. You and I know. That is why people spend money.
So why don't you amend it? If you go that way, why don't we amend it? As Danado came into power, he said the mayor, the DCs, all this, I was mentioning the DCs should be voted. And then referendum supposed to be coming, because he can't say straight away. He said we should referendum.
I think
but
Ghana,
he couldn't.
in making Ghana best,
Radio
Ghana, not even Ghana good.
Afric.
The education has to start from the classroom, from
But
kindergarten.
no, let's go back
Because
to the,
now I'm talking about what you are saying now.
no, I'm talking about the Kumasi one.
Yes.
Let's go back to
If
that.
not, let's say I'm an MPP man. NDC wins power. They are voting for Council of State member, knowing perfectly that now it is more of a political interference. Why should I even worry myself going to contest for that position?
So you should also amend it before you come out with such a decision. E.T. Mensah was NDC.
E.T. Mensah
But-
went because during that time he had a problem with the NDC and he
Nobody
said not
will tell
two
you
of
that
us.
he has a problem with them. No, my brother,
That is
don't
why
go there.
he-
Let my sister come in. Your decision is the man is a NDP.
Radio
You should have
Talk.
gone
Yeah,
there.
for me,
Yeah.
if you are saying he's an MPP man and he's a Ghanaian, he could also contest. Yeah, nobody has barred him from contesting.
Yes.
But you know why a lot of people are lambasting him? Because he was one person who was against the current president, John Mahama. When this man was in opposition, you lambasted him so much. Your preferred candidate was Dr. Baumia.
Yes.
And now the person has come to power and you say you want to join the Council of State to go and then advise. Me, I don't have a problem. The good thing is that during the elections, he did not win and he's not there now. So let's...
So what happened? That's what I'm saying. What happened at Kumasi? Is it fair?
No,
Fair in what sense?
the fight. I'm
Radio
talking about.
They did the first election. What happened?
It turned into chaos.
What happened? What makes it tend to
This
chaos?
is what we have to condemn once and for all. The rate in which
We
politicians
need peace in Ghana.
Senior, the rate in which politicians are indicting young guys into always thinking they are tax and invading places just like that because my party is in power. If it doesn't put it will get to a time it will be a very serious
so
thing.
now, as I said, what happened in Kumasi every region was casting their votes, right? Ashanti region did. They start counting. The man got 40 something, right? So why re-election? And now when the re-election came, he lost. No fight. So why can't we reason as a party, as a country, that this kind of things is not helping us? That's why I'm asking that question. No election can be twice like that. So far as there's a clear indications. You understand? Look at what happened at Brikuma North. Up to date, we don't have an MP because of somebody's selfish interest.
Yes.
My brother,
the only thing I want to say is that as I always say, that the people who allow themselves to vandalize their politicians should take lessons from these year's elections. I mean, a lot of people are rotting in jail cells. Those who went to demonstrations, those who went to indict, those who went to burn police stations. All of them are rotting in jail cells. If you pick a phone and call the politician who indicted you or who motivated you to go and put attacks of violence, he or she won't pick up the call. But then it all boils down to the fact that, you see, I've realized that you are trying to push an issue about the constitution.
Yeah.
You understand? So all of this goes to the very core of our democracy. If we want all of these things to change, if we want all of these things to change, okay, we have to amend the constitution.
Yeah.
That is the fundamental. That is the legal.
And the president is doing it this time around.
And
if we are allowed, because Parliament,
He will do
that's what
that.
I'm saying. Parliament have to decide.
You know,
not him.
during
legal framework
President Atta Mills' time, this whole constitutional review committee was started with the report and
I met them in
everything.
Holland when they were doing it, but when it came,
Yeah.
they put it under the carpet.
But this time around, President John Mahama has taken this seriously, and it's going to be done.
We hope for the best.
It's not just about
No, we
hope.
hope for the best.
It's not about hope. He's taking steps to get
That's
it
what I'm saying.
done.
We hope for the best.
It's
because he
going to
was
be
the vice
done.
president then.
Yes, he was the vice
And
president.
then became
then.
president.
Yes.
He can take it from under the carpet and then say, let's go
He
ahead.
is going to work with it. He
Go.
has started the process, and then wait and see the results.
As a communicator, I
Yeah.
take your word.
so
Okay, my brother.
I want that before we
Radio
close, okay,
Talk
I think one thing I like
Africa.
about Top Radio Africa Politics is that we are not too political because we
Yeah.
are all intellectuals.
We are learning intellectuals.
So with the issue of dismissal, this one comes, this one dismisses, this one this. It is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
It's
healthy
part
for
of the
anybody.
topic, but because of the time.
It's so
that's why.
it's not healthy for anybody. MPP ban on promote NDC for NDC ban on promote for MOBA. I don't the ordinary Ghanaians are the ones suffering. So that is why I'm saying that it all goes to the very core of our democracy. That is the constitution. It is a bit of a constitution, and there's a framework of government. And then when takes all, I think that is going to help us.
The constitutional review. Exactly.
So let's see.
There-
Because
there are-
they don't have any moral right to be
Talk
complaining about
Africa.
this assistance now.
No,
Because they no. See.
Hold on. What's
And
the
then today,
moral for what?
and then MPP didn't make us over fight. I'm a Ghana for a EU maybe.
why?
Because 2016 we buy no. Me madam for you so jeni a old training school. We buy 2017 na obetwa we na egu mo nkotena fie. Say and then obi so ba no oye bia. What locals are you even using?
You see,
It will not help we as a country.
That's where
Yes,
that's
so-
why we say we are doing intellectual
Yes, so I'm
discussion
saying
in
that
here
this
that is
will-
not favoring everyone.
This, I'm not saying it's a
Did I
good
not-
thing, but
did I
this
not
will
make my
not
point?
have the
that's
moral
not-
right to
no,
be
no,
talking
no.
about
You
it.
see, let
If
let them
make my
talk.
point.
If and
Did I not make my
then
point?
minister nyama ya kasa me born as now and now one condemn me.
And
Then the next day me
it's
go
not-
go
you
and
can
see
say-
man.
it's not- you can say,
Africa.
the two parties ni nyinaa no obiara hwɛ n'akyi only tell sometimes my make no credential time no na asuntra from assembly men election unit committee assemblyman evan what corruption is
That is all political
Meba.
now. It's all
It's a
in
make
politics.
say a whole na che say we are president now so ba be change no ma bi a obi ba be che say a whole na me so didi
Oh, but it's here.
agree tell them can say I'll take your word.
Yeah.
No, I'm not just
It's not about assemblyman. Well, say sometimes you feel say a honest started, but penny not to show honor. If he decides say I want things to change, it will change because change starts with change starts with us. Penny not so may I'm telling you, say that change is going to happen.
Barbara,
yeah.
Barbara, you see, we hope for the best.
Of course.
We in person Ghana.
In Ghana, if you want to be a good police officer, you have to be corrupt.
That is what we accept. That is what we accept. That is what we accept.
If you try to be, who is a Ghana and say police radio or yeah, police will do more than power. That is when they feel
agree.
This police officer doesn't take.
And then the idea to it.
It's a damn perception. If you come into a lame life, you want to be a good police officer, and you are acting good.
It's a person becoming and say. I'm in the race, right?
Radio
I'm saying it today. But
Top
this sake,
Afric.
NDC and PP, they are one.
No.
Hold on.
Okay.
They are one in the case of say NPP, a co-opposition, right? NDC a co-opposition, me one. Ask me, let my catcher say, you near Bakuba about Tibeka say, maybe co-opposition and me
Of course.
We so miss co-position and the deal. Now it's a tend to be a pager, and we are for back over.
MPP,
Almost the number men obey Bibisa Mobile who's a back I say. There were several
many
from your papa senior
Radio Top Afric.
It's a normal people all we are here as a diasporans and here politics living. Yen shred ye a coso a war Germany ha. I've been round Bacau Bremen, Bacau Frankfurt, Bacau Karlsruhe, Bacau so many me who did this Sunday grab to have the me who are a necessary right? Photos necessary candidates now Casa Nijina tube stations maybe a check or more flyers cassette no canvas say be a 2 million. And ya fena ya she speakers did
I can't say what missing.
It's totally different.
Yes.
It's totally different.
So
Radio Top
you should also limit any day corruption ever. Because they go for loan. Ogulusukrana ninuana on the NDC in the NPP or baby at the
That's a contract.
It is Nina Cow and everyone make catch the boss. He was so down say and I'm say yes. I'm a media person. Right? I make a be sure. Every party ever media money. Omunya free. Dues what you are saying.
Look at report and I'm say
but political parties around the world omunya support. They have their support.
Radio Top.
No,
and yet this is not unique to
I'm
Ghana.
talking about not Ghana getting support.
Make up political parties no. Make up political parties.
I tell you, all just sad in Ohio. And I'm about the oil near in Aquaji 2 cities no.
Yeah, you go to G2 cities no. And it is your bargaining power. But political parties across the world. No, I'm telling you, political parties around the world, omunya support. Even the biggest, the United States of America.
You're talking about
yes.
America, you're talking about Germany, you're talking
yes.
The other one is different. But we Africans, yeah, support no more than my hand. No, be we are. A time we catch us say, "Oh, support no the amount now. What lose so, what we know. What did we win at the Tanzania? I didn't have 20 cities.
But you see now. Once initially me way no me submission and me kind and say the change begins with the individual. Because yes, I am politicians. Yeah, the omunyina album. The change begins with the individual. The saddest part, they say, politician be oye good on sheda enye sheda ntini din because good people no yen sheda enhu omuwe say sir.
Barbara,
what I say? It begins with the individual.
No, Barbara, make a show say. What in Ghana, not in Germany, make a sort of a position in Ghana.
Oh,
the system will corrupt you.
No, man, you are doing. primary should be
Okay.
The money involved is
Me, I wouldn't
NDC,
lose. I wouldn't lose because me Barbara,
Tobo,
me Barbara, mamenke bibincho. I don't believe in already thinking, say I am going to lose something. Me pay bibia, I work towards it.
Listen again.
Then you are going to be corrupt.
Oh,
listen
this
again.
is not. You see, that's the perception. You are
Barbara,
going to
that's
be
the
corrupt.
you have to pay
Maybe
money.
I'm not going to accept it.
No,
Say,
Barbara, 1 minute.
Oba pempia obe lose. There be.
Listen to me. Oba Hanover, Tama, NDC, Moye elections,
No,
no. I've been a back over. There was a gentleman of us original primaries.
Radio TopAfric.
My primaries, NDC primaries, no. Yeah, they are way. On the juicy candy. Because
Money, that's all you're communicating.
Rebecca John said, so per se, free Hakoya, and the pack no man ever tonight.
Remember to not Ghana prayer.
Then no money now consume. And yeah, you know, still, on the catch of madame.
But we need to start from somewhere.
This starting from somewhere.
We
need to start.
Do you know how it is?
We can't create natural. NDC MPP. They can say, Ebia, omo ye pepe
Radio TopAfric.
But don't ye pepe say they all buy through to go.
How can you imagine say a member of parliament and then the omo go transfer of parliament and what man to me say obi a really topic about say you mo omo after parliament. Why you know mine after parliament MP a oji S gracia.
Who na waji sika ko. Afa o wa ko chiri wa. Who be catch me say enya wo SIC different ma o enya we ma o. Na me student na just school fees no dream me books.
But offer. Eba like I was saying, say it all begins with the individual. Eye nipa baako na dey inside eba. Eye nipa baako. Let's not think so we no more they are in a perfect society. They started from somewhere. No matter be true. Yes, we need to. What was our mentality? Oh, we need to start.
When the baby I say starting free now what kind? And your primaries no. The chairman, a benya chairmanship no.
Or this kind of echo.
Inti I fail of a mammy be outside.
And then they have outside.
But just one. Yes, say constitutional review. I say, hey, wait, they wouldn't. A man for a trumpet show. Sadi and the pass, best is our constitution. Call for them penny. Constitutional side now, the best is in your man. Okay, call for them penny. At a lower level, yes, assemblyman cry at the bedroom. So how can we start?
Only baby only baby law. Also, I didn't buy, you know.
Radio TopAfric.
Review team they call around at Amos time they buy, you know. And yet Amos said the two a chairman, secretary, party apparatus, both sides. And the caucus, yes, I do a very
No, on my to my
Obia I say, what do you say?
The salary
and then President Mahama or reduce ministerial position.
Yeah.
We don't talk about NDC.
Yes.
All my positions say no because Kayan Nanti and Kamenya.
Exactly.
It's in America say, and yet individual no be bring their fear and they all can't to abide by the rules and regulations in our but amendments need the woman at the bar. It's your friend see her say. Now in that will say. My name is Koku Amakweti Akuntejo, host of Abuja Como. Be free Ghana na best travel. They are kakre bi. I think say my idea. Obobo musem mama. Enti enya dia me ye politics. There's so no I understand politics for eba NDC MPP. They are doing their best for the nation building. But akase omebambra aye adwuma. Me do bibia say the me kan no. So obetu kwan a bomodian say obeba akwaba travels and tours. Obefrɛ omo na o ticket bia ho asem. Ewiase afa na nyina. Airline bia o pe bia no ofrɛ omo a omo no bedi ho kita ho. Wo de say sika no kra nya ready a kakra na wotua to ho na wotua to ho. Eye pepepe o me so ya na o ticket no. Say kra ene eye e-ticket. O ma magino officer. On be melia bro. Ye no anu duro eye airport wa. Eda no anu udru airport wa. With your passport to her, deal or manifest so Obeko. It's Kwaba Travel and Tours in Hamburg. Bombardier say only on bedding kita home for ticket. Upe so discuss Kofia, Oba Honomoa, on Betmaboa. Nipani Bibre, Ena, Eddie, so on Betma churches, Cassel Bisiaco, Oba, Yen Niaba, or Kama, Hofibia, Teresa, Obesha Kama. Sasusra Miss I recommend the air tap send. Omone de me free Ghana, Ababidru, Europe, as a minimum dikita. Tap send, Abba back. Here, we need app maybe a our phone, ne upload be. Yes, easy crowd. We can start with ama akoto account no pepepe. Mobile money mobile akoto. No one say promo session or the Asempa FM special. Madam say nyame ya duma mo betimi nkabio. Ye da obi bia say. Aha enam de na se so be ma production team. Any NDC MPP, Kofi Owusu MPP communication team member. Ye better na say. Ye better Barbara Amuna so as a NDC communication team member, ebeda so na social commentator Osekojo also ebeda na say. Na producer Johnny aye adwuma ni nyina saso na Michael na on de menam kurom ha say he radio ba ko pe ono na de menam na be yira no mabusa no saso na me na say de ma opemu na kasa Desmond openyi Desmond obafia me no a mema nkwan ne aboya de ntuma ba hai misu be body mema nkwan ne be do bibia say bo so fo kokwa ma kwa kontajo memre da ne memre da bia ebo Ghana time 6:30 kopim 8 o'clock a ye be di abrochire komo fa ho hyem Asempa 94.7 ko Facebook ne subscribe ewo YouTube so obeti e ka o me do bibia say bye bye.